themselves, questioning what the rising from the dead meant. And they asked him, saying, Why do the scribes say that Elijah must come first? Then he answered and told them, Indeed, Elijah is coming first and restores all things. And how is it written concerning the Son of Man, that he must suffer many things and be treated with contempt? But I say to you that Elijah has also come, and they did to him whatever they wished, as it is written of him.
Keep reading.
And when he came to the disciples, he saw a great multitude around them, and scribes disputing with him. Immediately, when they saw him.
All right, now these two different moments, these two different instances, and so the disciples are off on their own. They are away from the mountaintop. They're back in the valley. They have glory with them. They have the anointing with them. They have this new insight with them. They have a team with them, and they're going forward to do their assignment in the earth. And so that's what's going on there. And so there was a great crowd. There was a great crowd. And I want you to pay attention to numerics in your life. Numbers do matter. Numerics matter. In the church perspective, some of the numbers we look at, of course, there are always numbers of tithes and offerings, and you have to be budget. So those are some numeric numbers I look at every week. But I also look at how many people came. How many people came, how many children were over there. And I look at those numbers. And I have certain individuals keep up with those numbers so I can see those numbers. And I compare this number this week to this number this week. This number this month to that number last month, because we want to see some growth, right? Then I want to know how many people were saved. How many people were saved this week? How many people were saved this month? How many people were saved in the last 6 months? How many people were saved in the last year? If that number keeps showing up zero, we know we have an issue. I don't care how much money we think we have collected. There's an issue if these numbers are not matching. And so numerics matter. Then I want to know not only how many people were there, but I want to know how many first-time people were here. That's a very important sign because that's a new opportunity. Those are new lives to impact, to reach. So I want to know how many new people came. Then I want to know how many people are second-time visitors because there's something that's going on that's touching them. So we have a high number of people that are first-time visitors, and we don't have anybody coming back. That's it, but they're already out there. There's something we're doing that is not impactful in the lives of individuals. So I don't know how many first-time people come, how many second-time people come, how many first-time people come. And so there's some numerics that make sense that I look at. What kind of numbers do you have in your life? What kind of numerics are you paying attention to in your life? Do you ever ask yourself how much money I have in the bank right now? How much money I had in the bank last month? I mean, this is real life conversation. How much money do I have in the bank right now? How much money did I have in the bank last month? Ask you a question. How much money, y'all don't mind me mentioning finances today, what level of financial increase would you like for your business to have? What reserve income would you like for your business to have? Where's that number? Your needs and your budget might be $3,500. Where do you want to be? You want $3,500? You want $3,700? You want $3,100? That's what I mean. You want $4,000? Look at these numerics and let God minister to you. Let God believe God in the area of your finances. I believe He'll do a miracle. I mean, that's just my foolish belief. What else you got, brother?
Immediately, when they saw him, all the people were greatly amazed and running to him, greeting him. And he asked the scribes, What are you discussing with them?
Now, the scribes were like a lawyer. They were Bible lawyers. They were Bible scholars. And Pharisees had scribes. Sadducees had scribes. But really, you ever heard of Sadducees? Pharisees, Sadducees? Sadducees were really known as scribes. These were the law mathematicians, if you will, of the word. And they were lawyers, and they knew the word. They could tell you what letter, there were no chapters and verses, but they could tell you in that Torah which part said which and what this meant and how that meant and this word came first. And then they knew all of the nuances of the word, but they had no power. So there's something called Bible study, and then there's something called devotion. Bible study gives you space. Everybody, atheists, Christians, sort of believers, no believers, everybody can have a high biblical IQ. Everyone can have a high biblical IQ. So a biblical IQ is not the answer. So what is devotion? Devotion is when the lesson and the truth and the understanding takes hold of you and it masters you. That's the difference between devotion and Bible study. And so we can have Bible study because education is important in the church. And so we thrust education at you, try to get your IQ up. But I'll be honest with you. Your biblical IQ alone will not unlock doors for you. It's when a word becomes one with you. And over there in John 15, Jesus said, you abide in me and I abide in you. That means the word abides in you. The word takes hold of you. See, that's where the power is when that truth takes hold of you. And it revolutionizes your life. It's a new insight like you've never had before. And you take this insight and you run with it. You dance with it. And so that's what it's about. When it becomes your life and it covers you and it clothes you, that aspect of truth. And so there are moments you're not going to have devotion. There are some moments in your life and seasons in your life, you're going to have study time. You're going to have a mental IQ elevated. But then there are those special moments within the day when you allow the text and the word to master you. I talked to an individual today, and he was reading Life's Blueprint. And I was preaching. And he was saying, there's not much information in Life's Blueprint, but it's just enough information. He said, all those 40 miracles were there. He said, and it wasn't a lot of information. It was just enough information. I said, well, it's designed to be a devotional. And when it's a devotional, you want that little bit to take hold of it. You're not trying to fill your mind with information. You're trying to take one or two words and allow them to revolutionize life. And so that's kind of what it's all about there. Give me 2 more minutes. Keep going.